Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here at INJ Injective. This is a request from one of my community members here. Who was it? Red Coke and or Bajarni 1981. Thank you so much for the request. Deeply appreciate it. I get the hint when I get more than one request. Let's see here now. Just to quickly note too, some really cool stuff here with Elliott Wave. We'll discuss that here in a moment. But it's a really good sign here when we can see both, smaller and larger time frame Elliott waves hitting that same completion and a likelihood of one more leg up here. So we'll talk about that. We also want to look at some injective backend data too, kind of get perspective on what's going on here. Quick little heads up. Thank you again so much for my wonderful feedback from my community. I'm happy that worked out well for you. We got a nice little long position from Solana earlier today and a Bitcoin long from a few days ago, 36% and 25%. 22, and those are 5x leverage trades. Technically the Bitcoin trade is 10x leverage. It's the only trade that we take 10x with, but for the most part everything's 5x here, right? So ETH, Matic, this is my automated trading bot, Litecoin, XRP. We're raking in some decent profit here for my community, and we can see our most recent signal for XRP is a long. Okay, so my bots are pretty much long right now on most coins, so it's kind of cool. Anyways, check that out if you're curious. CryptoCash.tech is a site. There are limited slots available too. We're almost at our peak, so just be mindful that sooner the better, of course, if you're considering that, just because, man, everything's kind of taken off right now. This is really awesome stuff, right? So we want to talk about that and kind of get to the back-end data too. Let's start with the back-end, as a matter of fact. First things first. So this is injective the last 7 days of liquidation. Really, this just tells us where we have heavy concentrations of liquidation. We got some older liquidation levels there at about $20. Those aren't really too concerned right now. I would say most of the concern is here at about 43.50, upwards of 45. So we can see pretty solid amount of liquidation levels here. Okay, so 41's got wrecked, 42's got wrecked, and 43's got wrecked. So as I mentioned before, even though the price action has pulled back for the last week roughly for most coins, it's not really a shorting market. Okay, me personally, I just kept opening up a few select longs throughout the week instead of taking a bunch of shorts. Hindsight, of course, could have shorted and found a lot of profit too, don't get me wrong. I just prefer to have a safer trading strategy, especially when I got hundreds of traders underneath me. You just got to be careful and cautious. Honestly, regardless of how many traders I have trading underneath me, it's more important to recognize that healthy risk tolerance, working within your own risk tolerance, is important. And that's what I do day in and day out. Honestly, after 20 years of trading, you get kind of a feel for things, and using the same amount every single trade is important. Low leverage, low position sizing, those are all things that are kind of foundationally important. Again, if you use high leverage, it's okay. If you're good at it, I get that. Some people are. But it's just too much risk for me. I really don't like sitting there like stressed after I take a trade. Really take a trade, walk away, have a good time, come back and realize, oh, cool, I took some profit. Or darn, I hit one stop loss out of the month. Last month we had 47 trades, 2 stop losses hit. Just to give you perspective. And again, 45 of those hit target 1. So that's awesome stuff. I'll actually share that with you here soon. Not in this video, but separately. I'm going to post that on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, just so everyone can see it. But at this point, daily time frame here for injective, looking pretty solid. So if we can double check a couple things, we're above the moving averages. We are in a situation right here where we're above 50 on the RSI. Not a lot of coins can say that. Stochastic RSI is swinging up. We got a MACD convergence on the horizon. Most coins are very far away from this. So these are all really, really good signs letting us know. We can also see too here, this most recent time frame. Look at this. This is an interesting little thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Today is potentially the 8th day we're retesting that resistance at about 43.50. Coincidentally, if I recall correctly, we saw some liquidation at 43.50 hanging out right there. Look at that. Those guys are a little bit worried right now. I'd be scared if I had a short open right now. Not a good time to consider a short. So anyways, at this point here, we got that little resistance there. Coincidentally, we got a liquidity level just above that. We can see that here with this blue line. Kind of just letting us know we're in good shape there. Keep in mind, this coin, unlike other coins, never swept its lower level of liquidity. That's why we see a big gap in liquidity. So keep in mind, we could very well see that happen. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen right now, but Bitcoin pulls back to 40,000 or something weird, we'll see that occur. Okay, just some friendly advice, be careful. But at this point, we're still in good shape. Everything looks like it's pointing up. Traditional RSI, money flow index are all still high. Stochastic is overextended. But if we look at the previous times stochastic overextended itself, it was like we had these kind of pullbacks. Okay, so nothing super massive. Okay, just some natural pullbacks that you see. So again, is there a pullback? Sure, a $38.50 to $40, maybe. We might even sustain right where we're at though, because there's a stronger probability of price going up due to the fact that we're retesting those highs, a lot of liquidity levels above the price action, and strong convergence in the MACD here. These are all really positive contributing factors. So we're not even close to being overextended yet. If we take a look at TD sequential, we're at a 6. We've got another 12 to 24 more hours of uptrend potential. If we take a look at the hourly, we can confirm a few other things here as well, such as Ichimoku Cloud giving us all green lights to leave our position open. There's literally no reason to consider a short or take a trade opposing a long position right now. Same thing here with, we can see we are at a 9 on TD sequential. We are a bit on the overextended side there. So we have ran for about 15, 20 hours in the same direction without correction. So a little pullback would make sense, but I don't think we're going to see a monstrous situation here. Quickly regarding pullback, let's just quickly talk about this. Because I mentioned this earlier, there's a strong likelihood we're going to see this upper level of liquidity swept and seeing a higher high, mainly because we're on our on our larger time frames. We're at a 4. We hit our 4 here. We're looking for a 5. 5 is always higher than the most recent 3. Okay, so in other words, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. 3 higher highs, 2 higher lows, followed by 2 lower lows and a lower high. We're not there yet. We've already fulfilled our lower low and lower high on our shorter time frames. Therefore, we got a reset, likely to continue here upwards. So I would say that there's a strong probability the price is going to continue higher here. Take a look at CC Gold, and we've got a lot of buy signals here, letting us know we have confirmation to the upside. There's literally nothing that I can see here that's disadvantageous. So when I see coins like this, I always recommend low leverage, low position sizing when they're at this point, because breakout trading you got to be careful with. But more important, you want to be on the right side of the tracks here. And we've confirmed there's very little holding us against this, right? Because when I do an analysis, I'm looking for reasons not to take a trade. I don't really think I've identified hardly anything at all as to why we shouldn't take a long position with this coin. Okay. So all the more reason just to be careful and cautious. Consider averaging into your position. You can do so with cross margin, adding to different levels there. And then of course, if you're curious on how Bitunix works, just clarify. Sorry, I skipped the gun here. We have a Bitunix section on our Discord, and of course you can search it on my YouTube. But what I'm getting at here is this exchange is phenomenal. No KYC, no VPN. They have a trading competition coming up here in about I think 6 trading days here, roughly on the 15th. So if you use my link to register, you'll be eligible for that. You do have to click this link to join after joining with me, okay? In other words, you have to use mine because of the fact that future trading competitions are just going to be automatically eligible for you if you do that. It's a win-win because there's really nice rewards here too. So be sure to check it out. I just have to include that in every video because I want to make sure that my community knows where to trade, because we have a lot of members in the US, Canada, and other countries that are restricted, and Bitunix has got you covered. So it's awesome stuff. Check it out. Thanks again so much for watching. I'll go and post a playout chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, and I hope that you have a phenomenal rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Thanks again.